Welcome back to the Ryer on YouTube channel. Travis Ryer back with you alongside Coach Smitty. Smitty back with us live on a Wednesday night. Now, we get it. We got Alabama men's basketball in Chapel Hill right now. Crimson Tide up 14, Smitty, with 6 minutes to go exactly. Mark Sears at the free throw line. He drains that free throw. Alabama up 15. We've watched a lot of Alabama basketball too. That's the thing about us, Smitty. We've watched a lot of football. We talked about it on previous shows going back to the mid 80s. So we've watched the Wimp teams. We've watched Robert Ory. We've watched James Hollywood Robinson. And we really haven't seen many teams in terms of just talent and depth, like we were talking about before going on here, like this one.
No, Nate Oates has changed the culture, hadn't he?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, now I think
your roster too. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And now I think that I saw something on Twitter a while ago, or X, or whatever you call it now, that they're in the line for the number one player in the country now. So, yeah, I mean, it's just coming in waves. So good for him, though. I mean, good that the administration sees that as an opportunity and put them on the map. And there's no reason they can't be successful. They got all the resources they need, right?
Yeah, we both grew up a good bit in Northeast Florida, familiar with the Florida Gators, and this feels like Alabama got their Billy Donovan here in NATO. Remember Billy Donovan, obviously what he was able to do at Florida. Not saying that Alabama is going to win 2 national championships or go back-to-back like Billy's Florida teams did 10, 12 years ago, but boy, it just feels like they're going to be consistently in that mix. They're going to be relevant. Not just to the NCAA tournament, but perhaps winning a national championship. That's all you can ask for at this point. I know. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And their ability to be able to go in. I mean, the schedule they got's brutal. I mean, he's not scared to play people. They've already played Purdue, Oregon. They got Creighton next week, Carolina on the road. When you think about it, they've got a.
It's a hell of a 7-game stretch. And I think if you do go 5-2 through this stretch, even with this team, especially this early in the season, and Nate's playing everybody. I mean, it's that time of year. You're trying to figure out combinations. You're not just trying to win games. Obviously, that's what you want to do. But different combinations and everything else. And this team tonight, this is the team that I think worried a lot of the SEC and teams around the country. When they can play like this and they can get the ball going to the basket off the bounce like they did in the first half and create space from beyond the arc. And now they got a guy in Houston Millette. We were talking about the Latrell Wrightsell injury and how, important that could prove to be. But they got guys like Millette, a veteran transfer who was going to redshirt this year because it really didn't look like there was going to be minutes. But now with Wrightsell out, you plug this guy in, and he's been good tonight.
Well, and then how do you convince in today's world and today's athlete you're going to redshirt and you're a transfer, right?
A vet.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a culture over there. And and he's doing it the right way. He builds it with, he does a little bit of both. I mean, he hits the portal hard, but he also brings those freshmen in, and it seems like an easy system to pick up. If you just play with effort, you'll see the court,
Yeah, you will. And defense, you're going to play defense. That's the non-negotiable with him. I think people look at that system and think, well, you better be able to score. Well, yeah. I mean, that never hurts. But if everybody on the roster can score, minutes are going to come down to who is willing and capable of defending. At that point, and he doesn't give anybody a pass on that. Hey, we're here tonight because we're going to go through some of the key plays, or just some of the clips from the latest Iron Bowl. Alabama, obviously last Saturday, Jeff, a 28-14 winner over the Auburn Tigers. And what we are going to do is we're going to pull that video up, and we are going to reduce us. I don't think many people probably complain too much about that in terms of our mugs being on the screen, Jay. And we'll go through this video. Obviously, Jeff, a veteran of the coaching ranks like you, want to get your thoughts on a lot of different things. This has been a popular content item in the past. So to add your to add your knowledge to it. I just really look forward to doing that this evening. And what we're going to do, we're going to start right here in the first quarter. We're going to start with the first snap of the game, Jay. Here you've got Auburn on offense. I guess no surprise, right, that Hugh Freeze comes out empty with essentially wide receivers across the field. I guess that's Jarquez Hunter in the bottom slot down here, right? And then with what Alabama answers with, interesting, I guess, too, because of injuries to Q Robinson and maybe the lack of versatility that you now have in Jahad Campbell because Deontay Lawson is out. This front six look, right? Jamarian Latham standing up at, I guess, what's that, Wolf position. And, big game for Justin Jefferson, Smitty, because he had a lot on him with Deontay Lawson out.
Yeah, for sure. And I think this is where Latham drops in the flats and they lose the edge into the boundary right here. I thought they did a good job of covering up on the back end.
Right.
But I think he just drops without looking. You see that how he's and I get what he's doing.
Right.
But at some point when you see that guy run vertical, you got to get your eyes back, right?
Yep.
And then he just kind of, he escapes here,
And this isn't his comfort zone, obviously.
Right.
And
right.
He's kind of been put in a position. This is something he has to do right now, I think. But you're right. I mean, he gets a lot of depth.
He does.
And he kind of gets to the sticks over there, and by the time he turns around, and this has been something we've seen with the Alabama defense throughout the season. When they come with their pass rush and they drop guys, it just seems like there's been easy access on the perimeter for a lot of quarterbacks. And what do you kind of equate that to? Is it the game that Alabama's running up front with a twist, and then you end up with a bigger guy out on the edge trying to leverage the quarterback? It just seems like it's been a pretty consistent theme.
Well, this must have been, if you go back and you look, it looks like, they got an extra lineman in the game because they got trips to the right, right? And then they got a single receiver up top. So it's not your
five.
It's not your true quads, right?
This down here.
Yeah, he's covered. So so
and he's in a 3-point stance, right?
Right.
You got the rest of the OL. They're in kind of a 2-point.
Yeah. See, really, that's elite. I mean, he's covered up, and they don't see that. I just saw that actually.
Yeah. And he's right down the seam. That's fair.
He's right down the seam, and they don't call it. Yeah. So
yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if they line that up or they had a adjustment to that formation, and I mean you could tell Latham did exactly what he was told to do. But
right.
It is what it is.
It's not something that comes naturally to him, and it's not something he's probably done a whole lot of. So Auburn now going to play a 3rd and 4 here on this opening possession. Once again, Alabama defensively really muddying it up, right?
For sure.
Kind of mugging it up with pressure look, and are they coming? Are they not coming? I mean, you're even seeing it from the safety position here at about the 35-yard line, playing around with that a little bit. Looks like off coverage otherwise, Jeff.
You would think Thorne would check to the out route to the short side of the field here. You know what I mean? Because that's a lot of room at the top. But because there's really nobody going to be able to get over the top. See, they bail out at the last minute and take that away.
It's 4-man pass rush,
and then the back flares. So I think they do a good job of keeping you in the pocket here.
By Overton. We've seen that a lot this season off the edge. He gets a little bit of a win there. But again, you kind of lose leverage on the quarterback. But this guy coming up at about the 31-yard line for Alabama.
That's exactly right.
He can make a lot of wrongs right, can he, in a hurry?
He can. And then they squeeze the field, and there's no really anywhere to go with the ball. So that's pretty good defense. You know what I mean? I mean, you could nitpick about he got over and behind the quarterback, but
right.
You got him on the run, and then when you get people on the run like that, as well as I know, that throws timing off and routes, and now you're just kind of like, you're breaking routes off, and sometimes that can be dangerous. We've seen Bama in 12 get hurt with Johnny Manziel doing that kind of stuff. So anyway,
Alabama with the football now with a 3rd and 8. Caleb Odom motioning across the formation. This looks like 11 personnel otherwise. Ryan Williams, I guess that's Jeremy Bernard to the top. Kind of motion to a condensed trips to the field there. Smitty got Jam Miller offset to Jalen Milroe's right. It's a 3-man pass rush. Looks like they were very cognizant, Auburn was early. You see that linebacker, right? Mirroring Jalen.
Oh, yeah.
There
He's
in the pocket.
for sure. Yeah. Really good check down by Jalen right here, I think. I think this was one of his, he sees it right here. Really good check down. That's one of his better throws of the day. I mean, he keeps the sticks moving right here. Good route, sits down, and even if you're short there, if you're a half a yard short, you may think about going for that, right?
Yeah. At midfield. And you've got Cuevas, who's really coming on, it feels like, here at the end of the season. A guy that it appears as if there's a great deal of trust right now, and there should be. I mean, he's a Washington transfer, so Nick Sheridan, Kalen DeBoer know exactly what they're getting in the veteran tight end, but he's made some plays here of late. And this is, once again, kind of that bunch trips to the top, Smitty. This is another 3rd and 8. And this is Auburn bringing 4. Pretty good job here by Justice Haynes in the pickup, I guess.
Yeah,
it's a 4-man rush, but he still gives some help there to Jaden, I guess.
That's right. They bring him from depth, play a little game in the middle right there. They keep Jalen in the pocket. Is this where Ryan Williams fumbles it?
Yeah. This is a great ball.
Good throw. I mean,
good protection early.
Good protection. They picked it up. He steps up in the pocket. It's got a clean pocket. Throws it. You just got to put the ball away right here. And
this is some bad luck too, though. I mean, you're right. You've got to secure the football through the play, no matter what. But you watch this on the instant replay, on the replay, and it works out where the defender makes a nice play. But I think it was sort of by accident right there.
Yeah,
he's going down.
He's
got the ball secured, but it just works out where that right arm for the defender is able to poke it. They reviewed it, looked at it for a while, but I thought it was pretty clear that you'll see it again right here.
Yeah, this is just a little bad break right
this
here.
This is kind of because look at the right hand on the way down. It's just in the right spot at the wrong time for Ryan Williams. And I mean, it's almost simultaneous to the ground, but I think there was just enough. Yeah,
it was coming. It was coming out.
It was the right call.
Yeah.
So Auburn here with a 1st and 10 after the takeaway in the first quarter. This is now. Tell me, is this predetermined that you're telling Quay Rusal go blow up the mesh because he's playing this downhill? It looks like
100%. Now, like I said, and he's got quarterback. So I mean, I don't know how they teach it. Like when we played it, and of course, I don't know what Coach Womack knows, and but if the back went away from us, we didn't chase the back. We went to the quarterback. So technically, he kind of did the right thing. You know what I mean? They got it played here. I think this is the play we talked about before we went on air. Was Jefferson kind of takes himself out of the play right here. I think the B gaps does a great job. Overton's got his guy, and there's really.
I mean, Keenan's great right there, isn't he? I mean,
he is.
He's got that thing stuffed up.
Yeah, 8 squats a little bit right here.
Long enough for that OL to get to him.
And
he's not winning that. And you're right. You get the 2 inside linebackers over here kind of in the same gap. And so when LT isn't able to finish it right here, you
got a seam.
You can see Justin right there.
Yeah.
And you
then
missed one right there.
Bad angle by Malachi right there,
Malachi was being aggressive with it.
Yeah.
Missed one right here with the freshman corner, trying to get his head across, but it doesn't happen. Justin Jefferson, though, give him credit, stays with the play, able to limit it there at the side.
That's a good effort play right there by him. He made a mistake at the line of scrimmage, but he
didn't quit on it.
That's right.
Kept playing.
That's right.
So looks like trips to the field for Auburn here. Smitty, you got the back offset to the right. Again, Alabama keeps you guessing with those looks, but they are dropping out with the 2 inside linebackers. You got a 4-man pass rush. Looks like Hunter's going to he's on alert, and then he's going to release here. And then you see that twist again that Alabama likes to run with those DLs. This is Damon Payne right here to the inside. And again, Thorne able to kind of work that edge pretty easily there.
Yeah. Yeah, it opened up everything. I mean, I think he could have took off and probably got it too, right? Yep. So if you're going to run that tech stunt like that, that guy's got to get that tackle's got to work back outside and at least leverage the ball, right? Yep. Because he had a clean look. I think he could have took off for 8-9 yards right there or threw it to his.
You watch Jihad Campbell here up in the A gap to start with. Yeah, that offense's left A gap. And you think about everything they ask him to do.
Yeah.
Drop to the field.
Yeah.
Right. Take away. He's kind of the hook defender there. And he takes it away initially. See that to the top right?
And see how that guy just slides behind him because his eyes are on the quarterback. See that?
Yeah.
And that's what they're taught to do.
And now,
Yep. And there he is right there.
That's a nice play by the by the tight end there. Nice adjustment.
Yep, sure is.
In route. And it starts with the extended play, man. I mean, just that little bit of time that you're able to, by yourself, it helps create situations like that. Now, Auburn in a tough situation with the field goal kicker, and this was nervy to say the least.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, you being an ex-kicker yourself, he got a little.
That's into the student section, and this is the Iron Bowl, and you get it as this young kicker does, and. Yeah, that looks like one of our tee shots, Smitty. That looks like one of those smothered toe hooks. Everything's fine with the operation. The laces look like they might be there. Holder did a good job getting them out of there. It's just a lot of nerves, I got to think there. So Alabama, go ahead.
That was a Papanastus.
Oh, jeez.
That was a Papanastus moment.
Yeah. Andy had a rough one in Atlanta. 1st and 10 for Alabama, 5:41 left in the first quarter. This is 12 personnel. You've actually got Danny Lewis in line down here to the bottom of the formation. Robbie Oots. Yeah. Little motion back into the middle of the formation there. Jam in there. This edge defender for Auburn's coming. It kind of helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Oh, yeah. Yeah, look at that. Yep. Then you get out of gap right there. I mean, he's up the field. He's in his gap, but he's too far up the field. And, against 3-4 teams, when you bring that tight end, you got an extra gap, right? Only got 5 gaps when no tight end. Now you got a D gap outside the tight end. So, and you got mismatch issues. So, yeah, this is one of my favorite formations that Alabama runs. And they run different versions of it, right? Like the single wing with the twins out, right? With the back.
Right.
They'll put the back to the wing. They'll put the back away from the wing. Yeah, exactly. So, and then, what did Jam have? Like, he didn't have a lot of yards. It was like 28 for
84, something like that, 3 yards per carry.
But just the fact that you gave it to him 28 times.
You're able to maybe control the game a little bit with that.
You made people play, and I thought it put more pressure on the defense playing Milroe, because what did Milroe have, like 17 for 105 or something?
Yeah, 17 for 104. The two backs, Haynes and Miller, I think it was 35 combined carries for 104. Jalen got to 104 on 17. But if you can get this from your backs on early downs, this is 1st and 10, man.
Yeah,
I mean, you'd love to live in this. This is what you didn't do at Oklahoma.
And this is
you were behind the sticks all night long in Norman. And this right here, Caden Proctor doing a pretty good job, the big man. And then Jam gets out here. I like the offhand work too, Jay. Watch this. Yeah, right there. That look at where he did it, and look at where he ends up. I mean, that's 7-8 more yards, Jeff.
For sure. And it's a mismatch with the tight end on that outside backer type, right? And then, and Caden Proctor is like, when they on the goal line play or later on in the game, when that guy right there blocks down, he's coming. He can do that a lot better than he can pass block. And of course, he's 19, 20 years old. He'll get better, but
yes, he will. So you got a 3rd and 2 here later in the first quarter, 12 personnel. Jam in there with Jalen, 2 tights, as we said, with the 2 wide receivers to the field. And Jalen here, this is going back to sort of that quarterback lead, because these are zone blocking principles, right? Is that
yes?
That's what we've got up front.
That's big on big. That's all this is. Yeah.
And if you're the defense, I mean, if it's the back that they give it to here, you feel probably pretty good about this. But man, when the back turns into a blocker, kind of mid play,
good luck. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that cup he's running to right here. Look at this push. You know, you can see that. You can see that push, and their red shirts are winning on this one, right? And then
look at Booker sealing it right there, turning it.
Yeah.
Caden getting enough, tight end doing his job, and now you got Jam leading the way. Gets a little chip right here, and then you're into that second level, man.
Yeah, and how decisive was Jalen on that play when he knew?
I think that might have been some coaching last week. What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, I think so too.
There wasn't enough of that at Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you think that probably happened? Look, we got to get it up in there on some of these runs, right?
100%. Yeah, let those big dudes get behind their pads and see if you can withstand it. You know, I mean, and that's, we were Bama was in the 3rd and 2s and 3rd and 3s all day Saturday because they were okay with the 2 and 3 yard gain on first down.
They were patient.
You know? Yeah, they were. I thought Sheridan called a pretty good game outside of the one play action under center when Jalen fumbled in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah,
I thought that was 3rd and
right,
3rd and a yard, and he wanted to get cute. Yeah.
So you're playing 1st and 10. This is a pretty popular concept, I know as well. You got jet motion coming across the formation. You see how that impacts these defenders too, right? Look at these linebackers, man.
Yep.
Everybody is looking at the football, looking at that jet action, and then you got GT counter coming from the other side. You got the posse coming in 52 and 74, and if the quarterback keeps it right here, look at all these guys down here, Jeff.
Yeah.
I mean, you ought to be in pretty good shape numbers-wise, right?
Oh, for sure. And, we talk about our guys looking in the backfield. Look at these 2 backers over here. They're already into the boundary. And then this is Riddick up here, right? So and in 74, it's over, right? Yeah. I mean, you have no shot.
One comes on the aggressive run force right here too. He kind of helps you in a way. I mean, I know what he
does.
He's thinking he's going to try to slam the door on it, but for Jalen, this is what Jalen wants to do. Correct. I mean, Jalen wants to hit the corner.
Yeah.
And kind of make that easier for him. And Riddick, despite his comments from earlier in the week, not going to get there against Jalen Milroe. Ryan Williams doing a pretty good job down there. I think that was man coverage too, though, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Because that one defender was coming across the formation with Jeremy. And so if that was the case, that probably helped Ryan. Just run your guy off, right? And do what you need to do down there.
But once again, blocked at the point of attack, right?
Yep.
There's no leakage through there. It was decisive. It wasn't cute. It was like, let's go. Let's run the play. And if they stop us, they stop us. It's 2nd and 9. But, look at that. These guards are out. And these backers, here's a better look at it. They're gone. I mean,
it is counteraction because Jalen sells it too.
Yeah, he does. Good stuff.
Time.
Yeah, good stuff. So,
and right here, you see Caden. How many times, Smitty, does this guy grab that outside shoulder when that's the edge defender, right? And and he's trying to engage, but then separate. And this guy right here in Caden's position, how many holds do you see right there? He does a nice job.
He does. He does a good job. And I'm sure coaches have told them that, listen, you just get a piece of that guy, it's over. That guy, you know what I mean? Somebody else from the 2nd and 3rd level is going to have to come support that, right? So,
yeah, if that guy crashes like that, Jalen can take care of that.
He's not going to redirect and then try and accelerate and catch him.
So Alabama leads 7-0 with 3:18 left in the 1st quarter. You've got Hunter directly behind Thorne here. This is 11 personnel. Alabama, and pretty much its standard 4-2-5 look here, I guess, Smitty, and we'll run this. Here you see it. Is this split zone? Is that the concept? Because it looks, I guess it is, because the tight end is.
Yeah, tight end wraps. Yep, and these two guys down here are stacked, so that's a good indicator that it's run where they're stacked on line of scrimmage. Number 2's covered up. Number 1 at the top's off on the play before. So yeah, so
let's look at that again.
Yeah,
kind of see what happened at the point of attack here. Post snap.
Yeah, see these two guys are on, so this guy's off. So that it's
I guess it's almost it's almost like GH.
Yeah,
it's like GH because it is. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it is. There's the kick and there's the wrap. So there's the
kick. Jefferson early really hits it hard.
Yeah, see, he got impatient, I thought, right?
Yeah. And so now you still got Jihad basically right there too. And kind of just helps open it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, they just chipped off on Jihad, and then Bray takes a bad angle right there.
Bray had a couple of those in the run game. I think Hunter can surprise you a little bit too.
Oh,
right.
Sure.
With that start and stop. Yeah.
He's a really good back. Yeah.
Devontae Smith gets a lick right here. We see some debris flying right there.
Yeah, it's nice. I thought the secondary was probably as physical Saturday as they'd been all year.
That's a great point. I thought Damani Jackson, we're going to see that from some, the corner spot maybe.
Yeah.
But it is a first down for the Auburn Tigers. 1st and 10 now from the Alabama 40. And this looks like a play action. You pull the backside guard, the left guard, and then you screen it back. Boy, this is tough, isn't it?
It is. But you'd like to see, watch Jefferson here. If he rips across this tackle's face, right. And cuts it back to his help. Watch, he just kind of runs into the block here.
He kind of takes that inside.
That's a good call, though. That's a great
call. And especially when you're playing a 3-4 defensive end at kind of an outside linebacker position as well. I mean, like Jamarian sees it.
He does.
And he's trying to retrace, but that isn't really his thing, right? I mean,
you'd like to see, you'd see right here where Jefferson's kind of starting to throw. You'd like to see him dip and rip through the outside, make him stop his feet. And Latham may run that down. I mean, I don't know, but he'd have a better chance to what he does right here because he kind of gives
up that outside shoulder.
He does.
Right.
Gives up 1-for-1. You don't want to do that. Nope. Right. And then there's nobody there. So, yeah. So
come up and try to force it. Hubbard comes up there and makes the tackle, but it is an explosive play for the Auburn offense down to the Alabama 25. Now you're playing 3rd and 8 for the Auburn offense. Got you spread out a little bit. Hunter in the backfield. Looks like he's checking early. And this is going to be a quick game out here.
Yeah, that's a really good job. Is that Damani? Who is that? That's the corner. Or is that
that's Xavier Brown.
Xavier Brown. That's a really good job of forcing it. And really good job of running to the ball here because I think they get him down on the ground.
Yeah, Devontae misses, but you're right.
Yeah,
that is a good job by Jamarian, man.
Yeah,
to get out there and make that stop on a 3rd down, and that ends the first quarter. You get to the start of the second quarter, Auburn's going to go here.
Yeah,
on a 4th and 4 from the 19-yard line. I guess after that first field goal attempt, that kind of helped with the decision-making process. This is zone, right? Because the motion guy tells us.
Yeah.
We don't see anybody.
A cover 2 or it looks like a cover 2 shell right here, right? And see if they pass them off.
You're spying Thorne here, it looks like, with Russaw too, right?
Yep.
I think this is Overton that draws a hold right here. He trucks his tackle.
Yeah, that's still though, man, that edge, and here he comes.
Quay's coming.
Man,
You're right.
He's coming. But it
isn't always that way.
No, it's not. But pretty good defense here. Everybody's covered down on the back end. Really good defense. I thought they did.
And he nearly had an aneurysm because Thorne on a 4th and 4 just throws the ball into the bleachers. I mean, damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
oh gosh.
He's wearing it this year a little bit.
That looks like us back in '94 after a quarter beer night. Like the Wednesday after or something like that.
Yeah.
But it is a hold on the Auburn Tigers. Of course, you're going to decline that. Ball goes over on downs. That was a big theme of this game, Smitty. Alabama and Auburn, when you talk about the Auburn offense inside the Alabama 20, had its struggles finishing. Give the Alabama defense credit for that. Alabama now 2x2 right here, Smitty, with the back offset left. This is a 3rd and 13 from around the Auburn 35. This is early in the second quarter. And, I think this is by design, too. I don't think the play design wanted Jalen to really be conservative here. I think they wanted to go get this on 3rd and 13.
Yeah.
Because I'm not seeing much in the way of check down or underneath. I guess jam late, but he was more in protection mode, I thought. And this ends up going for an interception, Smitty.
Yeah, and we got a guy running down the other seam wide open. If you look at that, I think
we'll watch it. We'll watch it from behind. Yeah. And we'll kind of talk about that because I saw that earlier too.
You see how he double clutched? He kind of double clutched and the ball sailed on him a little bit. And
you can't see, I think it is Cuevas over here by this left hash mark.
Yeah.
It's running down the middle of the field. And they put that, I think it's Riddick or the safety. It might be the safety. They put him in conflict right here in the middle of the field. Now, if this is Bryce Young or Tua, this isn't a bad decision. I mean, there's a lot of people in the area here. You can see, right? There's Cuevas up here, top left. You can see him working down. And then,
that's
now the ball has to be out.
Yeah.
Because he's going to look in behind this second level defender. And the timing really isn't that bad. It's just, it's just inaccurate.
Man, it looks like it's a cover 2 shell. And I think if this is Riddick here, he's not as deep because he realizes Cuevas doesn't have the speed like, Bernard. So it looks like at first when I saw it, I thought maybe it was a cover 3, like with a robber but it's not. It's cover 2, and he just don't have to get as deep because just Cuevas can't run like 5 can.
Right. So. Exactly. You see, Cuevas.
Yeah,
you have to hit him right now. If you drill it in there, you're okay to Cuevas. But again, if this is Tua or Mac Jones or Bryce, you probably hit this.
Yeah, for sure.
And Jalen was pretty accurate Saturday. I mean, it wasn't like he was all over the place. Problem with this was if you did get 7 or 8 yards, then you can kick a field goal.
Yeah,
it's 3rd and 13.
Yeah,
which is a lot to get. Just an overthrow.
Just an overthrow.
Safety's dream right there.
No, for sure.
They don't get any easier than that for safeties. So an opportunity by the boards as that was the second turnover for the Alabama offense in the first half. And now Auburn on offense from the Auburn 41 motion the tight end across. This looks like zone again. It looks like you're bringing a simulated pressure. Is this Hubbard coming off the top edge there? It looks like, but it's still 4 in the pass rush.
Yeah, and here a lot of eyes at the quarterback, right? And look at the depth of the backers here. It's like, man, you got to get some depth on that, don't you? Or you got to wall somebody off, right? I mean, they take 2 steps and look at Peyton Thorne. There's not. Look at that. There's not a lot of depth there at all. So here comes the dig round in or the little over route behind you.
And this guy right here, this is LT Overton dropping in the middle of the field. I mean, good luck.
And that's Jihad, right? I think this is Jihad.
Jihad's on the other is up top.
Yeah. So he's underneath the guy, but man, you would like to see him get some depth, right? And but once again, is
this where you miss Deontay though? Because Deontay excelled in this, the middle of the field coverage, things like that. He seemed to have a real feel for it. So I don't know if it's something you had really asked Jihad to do a lot of. Because in these situations, a lot of times we had seen him maybe up on the edge or, Jefferson in the game with Deontay. You're still trying to cover some things. But, that was as easy as it gets in the middle of the field. And there you see there at the end too, Lambert Smith for Auburn. I mean, the Wolfen, everybody will talk about what we'll get to here in the second half with the brawl. But this stuff felt like it had been coming
Oh, for sure. Well, and not sounding like a Bama homer, but I thought he went with Malachi right there. That he pulled up before he got out of bounds. I mean, he's got a foot in bounds when Malachi hits him. If you go back and look at it, they showed it several times.
Answer me this, Jeff. And this is my philosophy on stuff like this. This flag that you had over here on Malachi. It all depends on which sideline it happens on.
Yeah.
This is on the Auburn sideline.
For sure.
And like pass
right
interference.
there. I mean, he's in bounds.
He pulled up and kind of attracted it, which I think you see more and more offensive players do intentionally too.
Oh, for sure.
They're trying to draw this.
Yeah.
And if you're on the right sideline, guess what? That's my belief.
Well, and sometimes
that's on the Auburn, and I know a couple of them threw flags like it was so apparent, but it really wasn't.
No, I didn't think it was near as bad as they made it out to be. Because if you're in bounds and you pull up, you're fair game. But it is what it is. They were able to get off the field.
So the third team kicker, I got rid of the butterflies maybe with that first one. He's able to. This is a guy I would have had a big time. I know I know they protect the snapper now, but guy, if I had anybody with length in the middle, this guy was hitting line drives all day long. The middle rush would have been as much as I could have got it against this guy.
Well, Saban was known for putting I don't know, Julio early in his career. Yeah. They bring in wide receivers, long guys that could get off the ground.
Yeah, they take care of those snappers more.
They do
than they used to. That's for sure. So
squeeze formation here.
Yeah, this is squeeze. It seemed like this was popular Saturday, Smitty. It's kind of a 2x2 with Oots off to the top. Still 3 wide receivers in the game. Auburn this is 5 coming right here, Smitty.
Yeah.
Jam's in pretty good shape. Gets spun out a little bit. This is a nice play by Jalen. This is what Jalen gives you right here.
For sure.
Because Pritchett is giving it up to power right there a little bit too.
Yeah.
And the ball isn't exactly quick coming out. But Jalen uses that strength right here.
Yeah, they brought the spy that time, didn't they?
Yeah, that's a 2nd and 7.
Yeah.
And they actually brought him. And that's what he does give you right there.
Yeah, he does.
2nd and 8 now for Alabama out around midfield. And boy, it looks like DJ Durkin's starting to dial it up a little bit, Smitty.
Oh,
Here comes 5 another way. I love this late leak.
I do too.
To the tight end.
Little delay there too.
Yep.
And once again, tight ends in the game.
This felt like they may have thought after the 3rd and 13 interception, you know what? A leak right then might have been the play.
Well, 2nd and 8 run still in effect too, right? I mean, you with the tight end in the game, you're probably thinking, okay, maybe we'll run the ball right here and get 3rd and manageable. But this is a great play call right here, and it's a great job.
This guy's screwed now.
Oh, he's done. Yeah. So
that's a good route by Cuevas too. I think we'll see it from behind.
That's pretty nasty because he blocks and then he releases. And he made
see him right there. He's in line to the right.
Yeah. That's pretty dirty.
Shows block. And then you see this
comes back on an angle route, come back inside. Yep.
Catches that backer, middle of the field defender, kind of cheating. And now you got him.
Yeah, he makes us DB pay too. Oh my God.
We get a big
Yeah.
Now, Smitty, I'm not a big fan of tempo down on the goal line. I'm just not. I've been traumatized. I feel like I've seen too many false starts. You're in such a hurry, right, to get lined up at the half-yard line, or you don't get your front ID'd, or the defense just shoots gaps and you end up giving up a 4-yard tackle for loss down here on the one. But it works this time. What I do like, Smitty, is quarterback under center and sneak the damn thing.
Yeah. Well, and look at that left side right there, man.
Yeah.
All that. Movement. Yeah, it's nice. And that's what they want to do. At the end of the day, that's what offensive linemen want to do, and they mashed that side. They did. That was nice. I agree. I agree with the hurry up. I think it throws us out of rhythm too, but I do like the play call.
But I mean, the Sarks and the Kiffins love it. They love it. So I must be wrong. I got to be wrong.
Yeah, look at this down block right here. Look at Proctor.
And when they do get lined up, I mean, you pretty much got Booker uncovered, right? I mean, in this situation, look at this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all you need, right? Right there.
For sure. And that's a bunch of asses over there on the left side. I mean, good luck, right? I mean, and that's good. Yep. And that sends a message, right? I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be played. And I thought that was
that's big.
That's big.
So late in the first half, you get the football. I don't mind being aggressive. I don't. Now, I know Saban probably at this point would have taken it to the half with his 2 timeouts. Kalen has shown us that, in this type of situation, he's going to turn it up. The problem is if you don't get him blocked in protection like this up at the top, I mean, Caden Proctor never had a chance here.
No. He did, and
McLeod's a good player. I mean, I get it, but that's a clean W.
Well, and my thought process was this, right? You got 2 turnovers, you got 2 timeouts. Let's see if you can get a chunk play, maybe a 15-yard play up to midfield, and then let's be a little bit more aggressive. Like 14-3 going into halftime, Auburn's kind of reeling.
Yeah.
And then you kind of give them a little bit of hope, right?
Or even a called angle route to the back. Not a progression to the check down right here. CJ Miller.
Right.
And to be fair to Jayon, I don't even know if he had time to get there. I mean, this was clear and quick and decisive. Yeah. But, in retrospect, it's easy to talk about a lot of scenarios, but you're trying to be aggressive. Quarterback gets hit, fumbles. You can't put that one on Jalen. And Auburn now in a good spot, I mean, a gift really, in a first half that it kind of felt both ways. It felt like Alabama in some ways had dominated the first half, but then it felt like Alabama was kind of fortunate with these 3 turnovers, to be up 14-11. You look at it again, where does it go wrong for Caden right here?
I just think he beats him and he swipes his hand down. I see that, gets that hand down and gets up underneath it, and that's it. Once he gets there, it's over.
Ben seems to really bother both these tackles, doesn't he?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Caden, and
it bothers most tackles. I mean,
it does. I mean, that speed, man.
But when you're 370 and you're dealing with that type of twitch,
right.
Yeah.
So it was just bad all the way around.
Lucky Jalen didn't get hurt too. I mean, that was a funky kind of end of that. You'll see it here. That's how it's taught, right?
Oh yeah, come down and swipe it out. Yep,
bring that hatchet.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
So it's another Alabama takeaway. You got about 5 different slow-mo shots of it here.
Yeah,
on the clips. And so Auburn in great shape after everything to go into the half, perhaps down just 4 at 14-10. Which is huge too, because Alabama's going to get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah.
And here you see Thorne. This is again, look at the eyes.
Oh man. Yeah.
It's kind of
great play call.
And then now Tim Smith's in oh shit mode, right?
Yeah. Yes, he is.
And he's
and so is Rusall over here at the bottom.
Rusall. Should he keep running to the sideline? See how he takes that inside angle?
Got it. Yes, he's got to rip across that and turn back into Bray.
He actually helps this guy get Bray Hubbard too.
Yep.
And Bray probably, but I give Bray credit right here because this saved 4 points in the grand scheme of things. This looked like a touchdown. Bray's able to make the big hit. Yeah, Bray brings it.
Yeah.
So he knocks the tight end out at the 2, and Alabama ends up getting a stop, right?
Yeah. That's pretty impressive for sure. Yeah, I think that kind of took the momentum, the little momentum that they had. I think that took it away. And I even thought Freeze might even go for it, just to give him some life. I mean, but he elected to kick the field goal. So.
Yeah, there were some head scratchers from here.
I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Auburn had a false start. They were on like the 2, and they jumped on 3rd down or 2nd down to push them back to the 7.
So Alabama to open the second half, 1st and 10 from its own 25. Jalen's going to take this in the quick game. I thought this was good. You got to keep Ryan Williams engaged, man. And if he's dropping the football or he's fumbling the football, you still got to keep going to that guy.
Oh, yeah.
And what better way to do it than the quick game? I wouldn't say that Jalen exactly put this on him. That edge defender might have influenced that throw a little bit because he was early. But Ryan here, this looks like maybe they could have gone back inside. But remember one taking that hard inside run on the run play that Jalen scored on? Look where he's at this time too.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly right. And you know, I think it was designed to go outside a little bit. And Ryan kind of, you know, he kind of retraced his steps a little bit. And then you just got an athlete, and you had a hat out here on the Twins. And then now you got everybody running out, and here we go, you know, and this guy can do it, you know, in space. So
Jeremy Bernard doing a good job downfield. Look at Gabe Proctor.
Look at Proctor. You know, he's getting down there and getting in the way, you know.
Like a 18-wheeler running down there. So good to get Williams involved. And he had a better second half for sure. See, that the only reason why I thought maybe they wanted it to go inside, I don't know, though, because that's asking a lot of Proctor to get all the way out here, I guess. But it worked out just fine.
It did. That looked to me more like what Washington did under DeBoer. The quick, get the ball out to those receivers in space right now, make a guy miss, and here we go. You know, and that's
I think Penix was really good at that too. I never think the quarterback gets enough credit in the quick game, right? Because you know this. Guys that can really handle that thing so smoothly and accurately, and it's not sort of cumbersome for them to do it, it's got to make it even harder to defend. You see Bernard down here doing a good job, not holding, not grabbing people, doing enough.
That's coming right out of that's first play of the second half, right?
That's an explosive right out of the gate.
Yeah.
So now you got 12 personnel in there with Cuevas and Dupree to the top of the formation. Jalen gonna work that quick game out. I love this from Jeremy.
I do too, man. Yeah, me too. There you go again. Like I said, that's Penix, right? I mean, that's kind of, you know, that's get it out right now, you know, and
that's pre-snap, right? I mean, you're looking at the coverage and kind of seeing these off corners and thinking, you know, I don't want to get trapped either, but that seems like easy money, boy. And it was a big day for Jeremy Bernard. What I like too about the end of that play, Smitty, is he doesn't step out of bounds, right? He finishes the play. You know, even through the contact. I think this is where we're going to get, you get motion here from Law. You try to get those eyes going, right? Even though this is zone from Auburn, and now you come with a throwback off of that.
Yeah, a little tight end screen, right? And pre-snap, they set the back, right, to Queen. Well, we called it Queen, where you sit it to the weak side, right? Looks like jet sweep, like you're going to give it to Law. So you got, you know, backers are seeing jam over to the weak side to get out to arc release on the jet. It's a great play call. Like I said, I thought this was Nick Sheridan's. I think if he calls a game like this at Oklahoma, I think it's different results. I really do. I mean, because
Bernard gets a block right here. Now you got, look at these bigs out here.
Yeah. Is it? Yeah, this is the one. I think this is the one.
This is nice from
Flex.
Proctor. He does, and I'm like, go get another one, though, big man. I mean, he kind of goes into touchdown mode, touchdown dance, like right there. I mean, he gets his pancake. He starts flexing, but you got another one coming at your guy.
Yeah, I know, right?
Get that guy. He runs right by him. Yeah, but it still goes for a big play down at around the 10-yard line. A few snaps later. 3rd and goal. I know you like this. This is just pretty much, let's get behind our guys, and here we go. Look at Parker Brailsford.
But look at that bubble. See the bubble right here? See that, man? I mean, that's
right in the middle.
Right there, man. And he's running to it full speed. I mean, he 2-3 steps, he's full speed. Good luck. You know, he's got momentum.
Nice finish.
Look at him stay on the blocks. Brailsford finished the block. Good stuff.
We're going to see it again, I think. I think we're going to see it maybe from the overhead on this next look.
Yeah, I've had offensive line coaches tell me in the past, man, like especially wing T guys, they want 4 inches. If you can just give them 4 inches of push, man, that creates a lot of.
Watch Brailsford, yeah, he comes
look
off.
at that, chips off. Yeah, that's good stuff. So it's just a zone. It's just a lead play, really. Just kind of just a belly, really. That's all it is.
Yep. So Auburn on offense going to work some quick game of its own, but the numbers right here look pretty good for Alabama.
Yeah.
Jeff, against this particular look. And like you said, give some credit to Monty Jackson. Pretty good edge set right there, right?
Right. Look at Jefferson's angle to the ball. That's really good. Inside out. They had that. I mean, yeah, you can give up 7 yards on 3rd and 21. And here we go,
21-6 game now for Alabama. And boy, this looks like the old school buck sweep with the 2 guards, right?
Yeah.
Left guard, right guard pulling out, getting down blocks to the play side, and here comes those
blocking down with the wing right there. And I think Jam sticks his foot in the ground and gets vertical right here. Corky Rogers would love this.
Our guy Corky Rogers, the legendary coach at the Bowl School in Jacksonville, Florida. This is wing T.
Yeah, 45 comes off. Usually, and he just stays with his block. And he just
runs. Nice. Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, and
Booker gets
5, 6, 7 yards.
Yeah,
on first down.
And some patience by Jam, staying up in there, but not freaking out, trying to hit the home run, just taking the 6 yards, right?
Yeah. It's kind of like a bastardized a buck with a zone premise, but that was getting those guards out with the down block off the wing. That's that's the way it's run.
So you got trips to the field, Smitty.
Yeah, trips closed here, right? I like this formation too.
This is some work off of some quick game right here, because now you've got Auburn thinking, here comes more quick game to Emmanuel Henderson, but you kind of block and go this with your inside receiver. You watch Jeremy Bernard on about the end in crimson right now. See him set it up?
Yep.
You get Yoki doped. Giving up some pressure up there to the top, but
slide protect. It looked like it was slide protection to the left, and Jam was 1-on-1 with that edge. But you got
a pretty good job, actually.
You got the tight end in the game to help Pritchett, right? Then you slide protected it, and it looked like Jalen may have hung on to it just a little bit, but worked out. But I like
a little time to set up.
Yeah,
as you're hitching, kind of pumping that.
Yeah.
Good enough ball there. And here's Bernard again. Watch this. This is at the 32. Makes a guy miss. Another guy miss. Then he keeps fighting for those extra yards. That's another 8 yards.
Yeah.
After the catch. So explosive play. Alabama now looking at a 3rd and 3. Boy, if you're coaching that Auburn defense, I mean, even in this situation, are you hypersensitive, Smitty, to the quarterback run? Is that kind of what you're looking for right here?
I think you got to be, right. It looks like they're almost like in a bear front, right? With the nose, they got a nose of 5, and the linebacker's way up in the gap
in there, man.
Yeah, and then here we go, and then you look at the so there's the bubble again, right? Look at the push up front, right?
Accountability's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And then and you just look at Jalen's. He's in his element now, right? Yeah. You got the kick block right here.
You got the extra blocker.
Yeah, got the extra guy. And then
because this guy is clean, if you just hand the football.
Yeah. Yep. And then it is over at that point.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he's going into the end zone there to give Alabama 28-6 lead. Alabama kind of in cruise mode, but as we'll see here, it gets a little bit interesting in the next 6 or 7 minutes or so. And it leads up to a play call from Hugh Freeze that I think will probably live in infamy among Auburn fans for a long, long time. Once again, you see it there. That's nice by Justice.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Doing just a good enough, job against that edge.
Just enough. Just, square him up and didn't knock him down, didn't hold, just
account for the guy.
That's right.
Our guy's so good that you don't have to be a hero on that play,
Yeah.
You got that orbit motion, trying to get those eyes in the wrong place again. Yeah. And you are going to throw it out there quick. Here you see Jihad, where he's working from in the middle of the field. Edge setting up here. This is where things go a little bit, I think, awry.
A great job right here. A great job right here by 8 right here.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah, Devontae Smith.
And then it goes into the sideline.
Yeah. And then they're going to show the college football playoff. And I'm like, yeah, I'm wanting to see the, because it was coming. I didn't
trying to protect the product.
Right. Yeah. You knew it with all the trash talk during the week. Yeah. You knew something was going to
go down. And Lambert Smith, we showed you earlier in the game. I mean, he was chippy with you see Devontae coming back off the Auburn sideline. Malachi was getting it from some guys on the bench, it looked like. But when it was all said and done, you had both penalties on Alabama, nothing on Auburn. I thought I thought it was going to be for sure both ways.
Oh, for sure. I mean, just go back and look at the tape, which I don't think they review, but I mean, he blocked him into the sideline.
And then like I said, it looked like some guys on the Auburn bench were giving it to Malachi a little bit.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that was just being and Devontae Smith being young, he just kind of let the moment get to him and kind of took him out. And I think they actually took him out of the game for a few,
this is Deshaun Jones now in here at that Husky position. They did. They had a little cool down.
Good for them. I mean, you're all for that, but you gotta maintain your composure.
So we talk about kind of the options at Wolf right now, Smitty, with Q Robinson out. We've seen Jamarian Latham playing there a good bit, open the game there. We've seen Quay Rusal a lot at that position. Now you got Yanze Pierre. Yanze is dealing with something because he's got a brace working here.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Auburn already had identified that through the week and planned on it if they got him in the game. But you can see now it's his turn. We saw it earlier, right? That edge defender has to get to the flat, and you can see he's kind of struggling with his footwork.
He is. And he goes really flat, right? Really flat right there. And if that guy runs straight to the sideline like that, you'd like to see him get a little bit more depth, right? And then it just opens this up here, and this is a good little shot.
You're in something like cover 3 with a.
Yeah, it looks like they're bailing. It looks like he's the flat defender, and they're bailing over cover 3, and they throw it right here behind the flat defender.
And Bray looks like he's almost in a sky or something, down in there a little bit, but. Damani Jackson comes up and makes the big hit, but it's still an explosive play. You can see that right there with Yanze, that right leg. I think he's playing through some stuff right now, trying to do the best he can. Now a second and short for Auburn from the Alabama 31 later in the third quarter. Peyton Thorne with the ride.
Yeah.
And it's just enough. That's a pretty good job right there.
Yeah.
Against really the run. Good job. Right? Fit that up.
I mean, it's third in the yard. or second in the yard. So I thought maybe Auburn would take a shot right there. Yeah. But, no, this is really good defense. Everybody's fitting right there, a little high by Latham, but, they get pushed over the pile. But,
see Jordan Renaud, 90 right there. He's been playing more and more throughout the season. One of those young defensive linemen. I think they feel really good about him moving forward. So now you're set up with a 2nd and 10 for Auburn from the Alabama 29. Is Alabama bringing it? They are not. They are bringing the 4-man pass rush. This looks like this looks like mesh from Auburn. See these crossers right here?
Yeah. I wonder if Auburn thought they were going to be in man. That's man beaters, right?
Right.
Mesh routes with a
so you're in a good coverage, right? For
really good coverage.
Zone is what you want to be in against those crossers and mesh.
Yeah.
So the crossers aren't there. The problem is the second guy that'll sit down in the hole behind this. Mm-hmm. It looked like Malachi either had him or took him. Right. And so when that happened, now you got a guy in Cam Coleman just running behind your corner.
Yeah, I think he double moved this. I think he out and
up. He did. He okey-doked him, but we'll see it again. Maybe from behind, Smitty. I want to see what you think about how they kind of played this. See Malachi in the middle of the field?
Yeah.
See, I think that's middle of the field coverage they're playing there, maybe, Smitty. And
And is it cover 3? I mean, it could be cover 3 with that flat guy getting underneath that. But boy, this is bad by him. You know, he got to stay. You got to maintain.
Yeah, you got a deeper and deepest. You almost got to in this coverage, Smitty. I guess if you're a corner, you almost have to have safety principles back here.
Correct. Yeah, you got to make. He bid on the out, and then this guy's that Cam Coleman's he's a pretty good player.
Really good, really good freshman receiver.
Yeah,
for the Auburn Tigers. So gonna go for 2 here. And when you got a back like Jarquez Hunter, this is one of the luxuries that you have. Did James Smith just kind of jump the gap there? I mean, he is hard up the field, right?
Really,
off the snap.
Yeah, and they do that a lot, right? They get upfield, which creates
more than they did with Saban. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the motion put Malachi basically at a Will Backer, and that's you see him 77s on him at the goal line, and there's your seam, right? Because we're playing pretty good right there. 22's good there, but this big gap, they just sit there, you know.
Yeah,
Saban was so good, and the D line was so good when Saban was there. You didn't see them get up the field a whole lot, especially on goal line defense. You know,
right?
They would really anchor it down. Now, you know, middle of the field defense they would, but goal line they would really, you know, they press out. But you know, I mean, you know.
So Hunter gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. It is now a 14-point game. Alabama with the football late third, only 14 seconds. 2nd and 14 now for Alabama. And this is just what? Straight quarterback lead, it's kind of like quarterback zone with that back in front.
Lead draw almost, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this, make a guy miss.
Yeah, and get it to – I think they were just trying to get it to 3rd and manageable here. You know, I mean, I think –
look at Jeremy Bernard again up here.
Great job, man. Great job. Not holding, you know.
Yep. Because that's where it happens, right there. When the back or the quarterback bounces, man.
Yeah.
You can almost count on it coming.
Yeah, and if you just engage him and then let him go with Jalen with a full head of steam, he's not making the tackle anyway. You know, so.
So you've got a 3rd and 7 now. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That reeks of quick game, doesn't it? This right here.
Doesn't it? And
that's what it is.
Hats over there too, right? You got numbers. You got a hat on a hat. You know, this guy back here at the 42-yard line or 42-yard line is really a non-factor. He'll show late.
And you're not worried about the first guy because Ryan's going to take care of him.
Yep.
You get this block. Look at Jeremy Bernard again.
There he is again. Yep.
I mean, just doing the job, man. And you always like it when you got one out there. And Cuevas too. I mean, Cuevas has made an impact as a receiver, but they have full trust in that guy. I mean, he's a starter at this point. I mean, he's right there with Oots and Dupree. I think it's kind of been that way though for most of the season. So
this
now
was where I thought we got a little too cute right here, right? I mean,
all right.
Yeah, it's the play action, which I like, but
this is the down and distance and position on the field though. Defensively, you're thinking shot.
Yeah,
I mean, 3rd and 2, he's under center, ball's out around the 42.
Yeah,
that checks all the shot boxes.
And of course, when it doesn't work, we nitpick, right?
Oh, sure.
You know, Auburn's sitting on the run; they're sitting, and I know what they were thinking, and you know, here Jalen's just got to protect the ball. You know, he's got to know.
And they're at right tackle, Gino Vandermark at right guard. I thought right here he hesitated.
Yeah.
And I don't
Great
know.
effort play by 35.
35 made a play too.
Yeah.
Like, go get it.
Yeah, for sure. And he's done that a couple of times.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, even if you punt it there, you know,
right,
it's a lot better than that.
So now you're in this is a game at 28-14 and still 12 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Mm-hmm.
And Auburn now in a 2x2 set. That looks like some of the Tennessee stuff you'll see. Not quite, but Thorne in the gun. Hunter trying to come up. This is pressure right here, dude.
Yeah, great pressure.
This is real numbers, right? Bringing Jihad.
Yeah.
And you're still kind of spying with Justin back there. This is a pretty nice ball from Thorne.
Yeah.
Not really under control coming up there.
No.
For Damani. Bray's in a tough spot now. Yeah, you squat there with Malachi.
Yep. Now you're chasing, right?
How
Another
about Tim
explosive.
Keenan, though? Give the big
Yeah.
man credit right here.
Yeah, for sure.
Helping to finish on that tackle down the field.
Yeah.
That is Deshaun Jones in there.
Yeah.
And here it is.
I
Hold my beer, Hugh Freeze.
yeah. And I think
Why do you do this though? I mean, I guess you saw Oklahoma do it the previous week, but they did it a different way.
yeah. I don't know, but it looks like cover 3 to me. The corner's bailing, or it's one. It's man free.
You might
Right.
do this with another quarterback in the game and you throw it out here. You're doing
Right.
this with a damn running back.
Yeah.
You're bringing the route from the other side of the field, Smitty.
Yeah. Zabian realizes it, and Bray just stays back. I mean, he's
Yeah.
like, he's like, okay.
Thank
But
you.
yeah.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah, man. And
Big play.
Dominic Jackson sees it too. It looks like, I don't know that, they play so many games in different coverages. Man free, or could be, man on one side and, 3 on the other. They do all kind of crazy
Or maybe
stuff.
somebody busted a route or something for Auburn.
Something. But those quads, I'm thinking they're going to throw it out there and just stalk block and let Hunter get in space. And
yeah, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I don't know. It's
trips out here.
Yeah.
For Alabama now. 9 minutes left in the game. Jalen, straight drop. Auburn working that game. This is a nice ball and catch because this is 3rd and 6. Game's still on the line, man.
For sure.
You're deep in your own end. 3rd and 6. This is that NFL combine out that they want to see you throw in Indiana.
And I don't think we can see it from this angle, but I think he throws this ball before he breaks out.
I think
that ball's out, and
Bernard makes that look easy.
That's not easy.
Great throwing catch right there.
Yeah.
From Milroe to Bernard. 7 minutes left in the game. Here you go. More of that buck kind of action.
Let's go.
This is Vandemark coming out from the right guard position. He's in there for Jaden Roberts. Here you got Tyler Booker again. Pretty good right here by Wilkin Formby too in there at right tackle, right?
Yeah. And I noticed that. I noticed that in the game, they had a little rotation on the right-hand side going.
I think that's here to stay for the rest of the season.
Yeah. But boy, this is if you're jam right here, you're loving this, right? With that in front of you.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
The big, and I don't know if Tyler ever hits anybody, but he's running. Look at Tyler.
Yeah. So nobody was going to step in front of him.
No, nobody presented themselves. So he had a clean run. Jalen under center, more of what you expect in this situation. They've kind of gone to this throughout the season. I remember this from the Tennessee game. Remember? They ran this kind of almost off tackle sneak.
Yeah.
And he almost busted it.
Yeah, I know.
For 6.
You see how explosive he is when he sees it and he's decisive. It's just
it's a whole different player. Yeah.
He is. Empty.
So that you're an empty here, Jay.
Yeah.
Motioning. Shotgun snap. Here comes Tyler pulling out. But are you doing that, pulling the guard? Could that be quarterback sweep with the guard in front of him? Or is this a way to get people's eyes that way and then come back to the quick game the other way?
Maybe they saw the backers reading guards and they try to pull them and, influence them to slow them down so they can't get in there and pursuit, right? Little things like that they'll do up the top. But I think they were satisfied here with no fumble and a punt and punt it deep and,
Look how far downfield Wilkin Formby ends up on this play.
Yeah.
Watch the right tackle for Alabama.
Yeah.
See, he's like in blocking. Him and Brailsford are blocking this thing. They're showing run.
Yeah.
Or maybe this was supposed to come back in here.
Come back underneath like a tunnel screen.
Yeah, more tunnel. What do you think?
Yeah. Could have been.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. But Auburn did a good job of pursuing inside out to kind of just squash it. And, punt's not bad. You ate up, 6 minutes there?
That's what they did. You're right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Auburn back with the football, 2:41 left in the game. Thorne from the gun, 4-man pass rush. Going to try to step up. There's Jordan Renaud. There's Overton again.
Yeah.
And here comes 11.
Yeah, here he comes.
And Thorne knows he's coming too. So he does what anyone with a brain would do. Lets it go, but there again, kind of a floater. Late.
Yeah, and Zabian's lucky here because his eyes were in the backfield. He recovered nicely, but they'll show another angle of this. He squats, and then
that's what they play though, Jeff. A lot now.
He's good but
they play eyes to the quarterback.
Yeah, and then but what happens? I think sometimes when they extend plays, kind of like Carson Beck did in the Georgia game,
you lose leverage.
You lose guys because you don't see them. And he really doesn't see that over route coming. He sees the guy on the sideline. And then he's just athletic enough to make it up in the air because the ball is lofted. Yeah. So
he responds to the touchdown he gave up, makes a big play late, kind of like the Georgia game.
Exactly. Yeah. He's learning. He's a young one. He's young. He's learning.
He is. So it is a celebratory mode, as you might expect. One play left, and Alabama, based on the numbers in Vegas, this was kind of a big play here for a lot of folks.
Man.
Yeah.
Backdoor cover, maybe?
Well, that's what it was looking like it might be here. Auburn with a shot, throw it down the sideline. Boy, if you had Alabama minus 12, 12 and a half. We used to live with a guy that would have been just screaming at the television right now.
Conspiracy theorists everywhere back in 1994, walking the streets.
It's all fixed. It's all rigged.
Exactly.
All of it.
Yeah, man.
Alabama though makes the stop short of the goal line and gets the cover, and gets the win in the 89th playing of the Iron Bowl. Well, Jay,
we went long tonight.
Well, we did. I kind of knew this would happen.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I like that.
We've been watching football together for 100 years.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is a kind of a new way to do it. We've got people in the show chat.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, it looks like anyway. But it was a lot of fun, my man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking the time as always.
Yeah, it's fun.
Tex Tider checking in here says, "Big W, hit the thumbs up, everyone. I hear you." Lisa tuning in, watching. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Got some people watching some X's and O's tonight. That's good
X's
stuff.
and O's and just, talking some ball here.
Yeah.
On the Ryer on YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel as of yet, we certainly hope you'll do that. Take the time, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell as well. That way you're alerted to all of our content as it drops right here on Ryer on YouTube. A thumbs up, a like is always greatly appreciated. Smitty, we'll do it again soon, man. We'll talk we'll do it one way or the other. We'll talk some Bama football, something right here.
Gonna be an interesting weekend.
Yeah, it is. I don't know about you, but I'm of the belief that based on what we heard last night in the CFP ranking reveal, Alabama sounds like they're in great shape, regardless of what happens in Charlotte. Now, yeah, I know if SMU wins that game, it's a real lock.
Right.
But after seeing Miami fall behind Alabama and then hearing some of the rationale for that, if I was an SMU fan, I'd be a little worried because the top 25 wins wouldn't be there for SMU. And look, at the end of the day, when I look at the ACC, it's a one-bid league this year.
I tend to agree. The resumes are totally different.
They're not. There's no there aren't resumes.
What SMU's best wins probably Louisville, Virginia Tech.
Duke in overtime.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not their fault. I mean, they played the schedule they had. It's just they did have Florida State on the schedule, but
they're a good team. I think Clemson's going to win that game though. Saturday night.
I do too. I think they got a better roster.
I think the lines of scrimmage are going to be a problem for SMU, especially the SMU offensive line against the Clemson defensive line.
Well, Rhett Lashley's a Gus Malzahn product.
He'll have something.
He will.
He'll have a holder throwback on a fake field goal.
Yes,
something like that.
Yeah, he will. He'll have something. So anyway,
Gus is going to be your new OC at Florida State.
Yeah, Yeah, they're going out and spending some of that money on the Gus bus, huh?
How about these sort of winding down head coaches now, all transitioning into OC roles like Dana Holgerson and who else have we seen it with? Well, Chip Kelly.
Chip Kelly, yeah.
Chip Kelly and now Gus. It's kind of a thing now.
Probably a little bit better gig, not near the headaches.
Yeah, you don't have to deal with it. And the money's great. You know?
Getting 4 mil, 5 mil. Yeah.
Well, and you're getting 3 years instead of 1 year, like assistants used to get. I mean, you're getting a 3-year deal to make $2 million a year calling ball plays, which is what Gus likes doing. You know, Dana, that's what Holgo likes doing. That's what Chip Kelly really wants to do. They just want to call ball plays.
Gus would make Saban pull his hair out.
He did.
He did.
Whatever you think of Gus, he made it a lot. He made it a lot harder on Nick than just about anybody else. No doubt.
He did.
No doubt about it. Well, anything else, Smitty, before we get out of here?
I'm good. That was a little, like I said, an hour and 20 tonight. Yeah. Good night, man.
And we don't pay by the hour around here. So
what was the Bama basketball final score?
They won by 15.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And Duke's up on Auburn by 7 at the half. So we'll be able to catch the second half of that one.
Cameron's rocking tonight for sure.
It's rocking.
So, all right, bud. Man, I enjoyed it as usual. Let's do it again.
All right. So for Coach Smitty, TR, thanking you for joining us right here on Ryer on YouTube. And until next time, so long, everybody.